Breaking news today, in Bethlehem, the city where Jesus was born, Christmas is canceled. With the birthplace of Jesus looking like a ghost town due to the raging fighting between Israel and Hamas, Christmas has been officially canceled in Bethlehem this year. During the Telegraph's visit, Manger Square, which is normally bustling with tourists and illuminated by festive lights and decorations, was noticeably deserted. In the middle of it all is a nativity scene depicting the infant Jesus in a white swaddling blanket, encircled by debris and barbed wire, a haunting reminder of the thousands of innocent children murdered in Gaza. A large Palestinian flag was silently unfurled by a group of students in the vicinity. Sundays saw a Scouts band, one of several in the city, move silently through Bethlehem's cobblestone streets while carrying Arabic and English posters that read "Gaza is in the heart" and "Let the war stop now." Normally, the band marches across the city to celebrate Christmas with drums and trumpets. Bethlehem has been through war and instability before because of its location in the dangerous West Bank. However, nobody here can recall the last time that the local authorities and religious leaders reached a consensus to abolish Christmas completely. Pastor Reverend Dr. Munzer Isaac of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in Bethlehem admitted that he was unable to preach a message of hope during this most trying Christmas season of his life. Rev. Isaac, a native of the neighboring town of Beer Sahar, home to one of the world's oldest Christian communities, said, "We've lost all hope for peace." In an interview with The Telegraph, he expressed his fear that the destruction in Gaza, where over 20,000 people have died so far, according to the Hamas-run health ministry, could eventually extend to the West Bank, and that he could not preach to his people empty promises that things will improve. The local Christians' anguish and fury over Gaza's situation was something that Reverend Isaac and his congregation hoped to channel. In their version of the nativity scene, the infant Jesus lies in a manger made of debris, draped in the traditional Palestinian keffiyeh, that he's with those children who are bombed and rescued, hopefully, alive from under the rubble is the message. According to Reverend Isaac, this year, the Palestinian people feel a unique connection to the nativity story, which takes place in Bethlehem. Not a family that had to travel during the occupation due to an emperor's census, meant for registration and control, became our story, just as the Christmas story did for them. The biometric ID cards that Palestinians applying for jobs in Israel are required to obtain are extremely similar to what is used here, Reverend Isaac said, referring to the magnetic card system. Some of his parishioners aren't even putting up Christmas trees this year, he added, so the calls to cancel the celebrations are a reflection of that, choosing to ignore. Reverend Isaac made the accusation that the world was ignoring a genocide against a captive population during his Saturday Mass. The Palestinian people will ultimately prevail. For those who are involved, my heart goes out to them. He asked if she would ever get over what he now calls a naive hope that American politicians would listen to their plea for peace as Christmas approached. The pastor earlier this month led a group of Bethlehem church leaders to Washington. "We simply requested a cessation of hostilities," the priest explained. "This war must continue," he was told by the American politicians and officials, who were extremely direct. On the other hand, the United States and Israel's allies have increased their pressure on Israel to reduce civilian deaths in Gaza since the trip. Last week, the UN Security Council passed a resolution to increase aid to the besieged enclave, with the U.S. abstaining, but it did not succeed in endorsing a call for a ceasefire. Many West Bank Palestinians are anxious about their own future. Because of that attitude, especially since this year has seen the worst violence since the end of the Second Intifada. Since the attacks on October 7, the Israeli Defense Forces have carried out multiple raids in Bethlehem, causing tension in the city. The town's economy has taken a major hit due to the cancellation of Christmas celebrations.